welcome back to Tarot Tats and Tea. I hope life is treating you well and things are going smoothly. I'm creating this video today to share with you a spread that I've used, one that has come from the Time Changers Tarot, and I have to say it's quite a phenomenal spread. Because this is a personal reading for me, I'm not going to give you the question, but I can go through steps that I have looked at within this spread. And it's one that I thought I would share with you because often when I review decks, I don't always come back and say, well, how I've used it, what I've seen, what I've done. Today, I have opted, this is my book that comes with the Time Changers Tarot. I have to say, it's quite a chunky book and it's full of information. It's an absolute mine of information. As you can see, I have marked my book for different places and different things that I want to, investigate further. So today's investigation is the Pole of Balance spread. Okay, this is the spread here. I had this book open so that I could understand the spread. I read about it. I looked at what each card stands for, and I read about the actual spread in itself. And then what I do, because it's a spread I have thoroughly enjoyed, I have added it into this book. Now this is a book that I purchased fairly recently, and it's a sort of where I've got spreads everywhere and I'm trying to pop them into this book, so that I have notes on spreads that I can use in the future. And you want, your card sizes. For instance, this one here, that looks exceptionally complicated. It's not. This is a spread of my own, the quarter of the year spread. Okay, today it's the Pole of Balance spread. Okay, so the Pole of Balance spread requires you to shuffle your deck. However, prior to shuffling the deck, you need to pick a clarifier. I chose my clarifier. I then popped the clarifier back into the deck and gave it a good shuffle. I actually used the deck that came in with in this box simply because they are more poker-sized cards, and I just needed, this table up here is that little bit smaller, so I just needed that space. So it's worked out really well. And what I have done, I have laid it out in accordance with the guide. I'm going to open my book here, and what I did, here we go, I then looked at before I laid the spread out, what exactly does card mean. Now, what you do when you shuffle your deck after having put your significator back into the deck, you then give it another damn good shuffle, really well. Split your deck up into 7 piles of 11 cards. That will give you 1 card remaining. So that card is then set to one side, ready to turn over at the end of your reading. In fact, you can turn it over at the beginning if you want to, because that card signifies either the mood, the theme, the gift, the theme, or the resource of this reading in your favour. Okay, so if this is a reading for you, it's in your own favour. If it's a reading for a querent, it's in your querent's favour. Okay, so the theme of the reading. So for me, as opposed to a gift or resource, for me this was the theme of the reading. Okay, what was the theme? What is the underlying mood of the question? Okay, that really fitted the whole spread. And the reason I chose to make this video is because this spread was able to tell me everything quite accurately in relation to the question I asked. You've taken your cards, you've chosen your significator, you've shuffled it back into the deck, you've given the deck a damn good shuffle, you've split the deck into 7 piles of 11, and you've put the last remaining card to one side. You now go through without changing the order of the deck, because when you finish shuffling, you count out your first pile of 11. You don't rearrange the order of any cards, and the second, third, fourth, and so on. Each pile is in a specific order. So what you need to do now is pick up the piles and just, without changing the order, go through and see the pile that's got the significator in. Don't take no notes of the other cards, just find your significator. When you found the pile with your significator in, you put that pile to one side. That's the pile you're using. You then gather up the other 6 piles and put them back into a pile there and leave them. You're not going to be using them. So we now have our 11 cards for our spread and our card that gives us that underlying theme. We then set the cards out as follows, and we'll use this book here to demonstrate that. We don't look at what's in, we don't rearrange the order of the cards in the pile that you have dealt them out in. So we have card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, and that is our theme, resource, gift. Okay, now cards 1 and 11 tell you what created this issue, how did we get here, and card number 11 at the bottom is how we ended where we are, so the beginning and the end. So let's just look at the example in here. So what caused the beginning here for this person? So card 1 was the 8 of Swords. Now the question in this book, in the example, is this man has a job, he's having problems, he wants to know, how can I resolve the tangle over a contract? So card number 1 in his spread was the 8 of Swords, and that shows that the whole issue begins from a sense of institutionalized thinking, which is why his company is stuck in a bondage to an old contract. They haven't updated things, they need to get with it. Okay, for me, my first card was the Queen of Swords. So what does that indicate? This indicated that this whole issue arose because I stood my ground, I said it as I saw it, I was transparent and honest, and it wasn't liked. So that is where my situation started. So that starts us off. We then go through cards 2 to 4. Okay, so that's the beginning. 2 to 4 is showing how the issue manifests. 5 to 7 shows how it's affecting people or changing things. Okay, so, and then cards 8 through to 10 shows the wider context of the issue, what other things are at play, looking at the whole picture. And then of course we get to card 11, which tells us how it's potentially going to end. So we read each of the rows, okay, as a story. You don't read each card individually, you use your storytelling skills to take the meaning of each card and put it into a logical story reading. So let's have a look. 2 to 4 show how a issue is manifesting. So for this Martin fella who's looking to resolve this contract, he had death, 7 of swords, and then 8 of pentacles, which when we look at that, it's ending how they viewed things and things that they put in place, how old contracts were binding them, and bringing in new terms and conditions, new contracts. They would stand against roaring crowds saying, no, we don't want to do that, we don't like this new contract. Of course people are going to do that. If it doesn't suit them, they're not going to like it. So with his 7 of wands there, it's like he's shouting. He's going to have people from his own business saying, well, can we do that legally? Is it possible? Hold on a second. He's going to have the other people going, hold on, what are we going to lose out on here? So he's got a fight on his hands, and we've got the 8 of Pentacles there. It's going to be hard work, but he has to stay focused. He has to stay on the task. So that's how it's sort of the issue's manifesting itself. It's manifesting itself in a way that they need to take that blindfold off from card number 1. They need to look at what needs to be changed in order for them to progress forward, okay? And that's not going to come without a fight, and it's not going to come without hard work. Then we look at cards 5 to 7. How is it affecting people or changing things? Well, look, we've got the 9 of Swords, we've got the Sun reversed, and we've got the 6 of Swords. Okay, so the 9 of Swords is going to be giving people nightmares, but let's look at the 9 of Swords cards as a whole. Those nightmares are of our own making. It's nothing that we can't solve. Okay, so things that are keeping us up awake at night, playing on our minds, are issues that we can address, that we have the ability to address. And again, that's going to come through facing battles head on. It's going to come through hard work, and it's going to come through from changing, looking at all contracts now and future contracts, and how you're going to put that into place. And the Sun reversed, again, people are seeing the negative side of things. They're seeing, oh God, we're playing with fire here. We're getting too close to the sun. We're going to get burnt. This is not going to end well. However, we then have the 6 of Swords saying, hold on here. Let's get back to how it's going. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take opposition. Of course, any change is you're going to address opposition in one way or another. But we are going to get to easier times once we have the whole plan laid out, once we have been heard, once we've worked hard and looked at all the fine print and looked at all the legalities of changing contracts, we can go forward. And then he's got the cards 8 to 10, which show the wider context of the issue. And here you've got your Knight of Swords, you've got your Knight of Pentacles, and you've got your 4 of Pentacles. Well, look at that. The Knight of Pentacles going off to battle, and the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Decisions have to be made, okay? We have to make sure that this company is reliable. So we've got clear communication, we've got funding, and, you know, if we're not careful, we could put things at risk. If we're going to keep things the same, if we're not going to move and let go of our old sort of pasts and ideas, things aren't going to improve. But we need to have clarity of communication. We need to have funding to be able to put things into place, and we need to work hard. So that is so far cards 2 right through to card 10, how they have been read horizontally. Okay, now when we look at the outcome for Martin here with his contract, he's got the King of Pentacles, okay? And the King of Pentacles, he's sitting pretty. He put everything in place. He applied himself. He fought against adversity. He made changes. Yes, it kept him up at night, and yes, at times he thought he was just taking too much of a chance, but he persevered. He came through that storm and into a place of peace, into a place of this is starting to work out. He liaised with others within his business, in his company. They dropped those walls and thought, we need to look at this. Let's keep our eggs in one basket. Let's not go all of this, but at the same time, let's not jeopardize anything by being too frivolous. And it worked out. It worked out. Now, his theme of his question turned out to be the 2 of Cups reversed, which meant that he, at this point in time when this question was asked, he did not have the support. He was basically a lone wolf going out to make these changes, okay? So that theme, that mood of his question was, I'm on my own here. I haven't got the support I thought I had. But with his determination, his hard work, fighting against adversity, he made it work, okay? He made it work, and it's all there in his spread. Now, we've then got, what path can we take? So this is the path that we take, the centre path down the spread. Let's look what he's got. The 8 of Swords. Then he has the 8 of Pentacles, has the Sun reversed. He has the Knight of Swords, and then he has the King of Pentacles, and that literally gives him the path. Take that blindfold off. Look and see that there is a path to follow. You are not bound in as much as you think you are. What do you need to do? You need to work hard. You need to apply yourself. You need to ask others. If you're changing contracts, it's a legal thing, and it will take work. It will take time. It's going to make you feel a bit shitty. It's going to make you feel a bit low. But if you steer in there, clear communication, keep it open, keep it absolutely to the point without veering off or anything underhanded, work together with those that are around you, you're going to get it. You're going to get it, and it's going to be fine. And that is the spread that I've used for my own question here today. And has it answered my question? It not only has answered my question, it's shown me the path. It's shown me how things started, how it's manifesting itself now, what effect it's had on others, how going forward it's going to pan out. It's given me the start, what started it, how it's going to end, and it's given me the path on how I'm to progress. And the theme card is definitely perfect, the Six of Cups. And it's just like looking back, trying to find what we had and to make a new version of that going forward. Okay, so I have used for this the Time Changes Tarot. Brilliant spread, lovely deck of cards. I have reviewed this on my channel before. Nice poker size because it's an 11 card spread, and because it's quite lengthy, bigger cards, the standard tarot size, would not fit vertically on this table. So do I feel it's the pole of balance? Has it given me a balance? Yes, it has. It's given me a balance. It's given me foresight. It's given me something to contemplate, and it's given me a path forward, as well as brought the whole reading together with the theme and the mood and the gift of the question. So I hope that's something that's piqued your interest. That okay, you don't have to have this particular deck to do this spread. I would advise that you do add this to your tarot collection. It's really nice. This is quite a gem of a book, I have to be honest, and it's something that when you wake up on a morning you think, I just need to ask a question. There's your answer in a nutshell. Right folks, I'm going to get on with my day. You get on with yours. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for joining me this morning on Tarot Tats and Tea. Take care, and anything that's negative in your life, cut it out. Take that sword, chop those chains, and make your path yours. Have a lovely day. Bye now.